I understand that I'm very intense to a lot of people, and our people have been taught to not be thought-provoking. I go too hard sometimes. A lot of times. I might be too deep for you. But we ain't even got deep yet. Deeper, baby, deeper. We ain't even get to where we going yet. This is just the cloaked. In Haiti, we say, ça c'est cloaked là, charge la derrière. You know what that means? Ça c'est cloaked là, charge la derrière. This is just the little thing for comfort. But the weight, the heavy weight is yet to come. So if it's too much for you, if it's too intense for you, keep it moving. That's what I do. There's shit on here on YouTube that, you know, that's not, it doesn't align with me. I get rid of it. I unfollow. You know, there's this thing you could put not interested when the video comes up. Oh, it's this nigga Rye again with his bullshit. Not interested. That's it. Don't watch my shit and comment some bullshit. I know every video I say this, but I mean that. Don't come and try to fuck with my frequency. This is what this is about. I'm gonna keep reminding you guys about this. This is all about frequency. It's energy exchange. If you're not feeling me, fine. I'm not meant for everybody. You might be meant for this person over there. That's great. But don't watch my shit and try to throw fucking dirt on it. I'm not gonna allow you to bury me 6 feet deep, 6 feet under. You ain't got that kind of power. Many have tried and many have failed to take me down. Cannot be taken down. Trust that. So the information's too intense for you. I understand that. We're not aligned. But the ones that are for me, they're already here. Yeah, I got white folks on here. Yeah, I got Asians on here. I got so-called Latinos on here. I got Africans, I got Australians in here. I got everyone in here. The whole cosmic family's in here. And I'm still bringing them in. They're still coming in. They're still coming through. So don't feel no type of way if this isn't for you. Maybe it's not the time. Maybe you got work to do. Maybe you need to go a few more times around the moon and come back and be reassembled here. We're going to have to realign ourselves. Our bodies, our minds, our spirits, our frequencies, we're going to have to realign, and that's by people talk about leaving the system. People talk about this whole Pan-Africanist thing. What if you don't have the means to get out of Babylon physically? You do it from up here. You don't have to leave physically. But how do we start leaving this shit from the astral mental plane? You know, when I dream, I don't dream of places over here. I don't dream about places on Earth. If I dream about places on Earth, it's usually fucking like Earth that's like 10,000 years ago. I have astral projections of this planet 100 million years ago. So the programming that they've instilled inside this machine, right? I call the body the machine. This is a machine. The human body is the most complex machine that there is, that there was, and that will ever be. You are the original AI. I've said this before. We are the true artificial intelligence. Why do you think these so-called transhumanists, they're putting the brain, the human brain, right? From my research, from what I understand, Walter Disney's brain is in a freezer somewhere, waiting to be put inside of an AI. I'll be young forever. They wanna be artificially young, Jay-Z. They wanna do it artificially. They wanna skip the steps. Jay-Z has taken this whole godhood shit. I don't know what Malachi Z. York has done to Jay-Z, but Jay-Z's mind is so twisted and filthy and rotten that he thinks that drinking blood, he thinks that blood bending is the way. Blood bending is not the way, Jay. That's the evil way. Can't do it that way. You're gonna have to pay for that. You're gonna have to pay for that blood. You know when they say you have to pay for the blood of Christ? You're gonna have to pay for the blood of these children you've been drinking, brother. Ashe. Yeah, time, Ben. We can also call that remote viewing. Remote viewing. Take your spirit, take your consciousness from here and take it right over to anywhere on this part of the universe. Yeah, you can do that. But in order for you to start doing that, you're going to have to dispel the spell. Dispel the spell. That's our title. There you go. Dispelling the spell. But you know my videos are never about one thing. But what I'm doing is that I started to connect stuff. So if I talk about something that was like kind of like important, I want to come back to it. So this is a good thing. That way it's kind of like an episode type of thing. Yeah, we got to dispel the spell. The language, the very names that we are given, that we've given to our children. If you were stuck with a fucked up name, why are you gonna name your children with fucked up names? Right? The generational bullshit. I made a video, I think about 2-3 years ago. I call it herd bodies. Herd bodies is the shit that we inherited from our parents, from the ancestors I was talking about yesterday. Herd bodies are shit that we had nothing to do with, that was passed down to us. So our job here and now is to undo those things. It's hard. I'm not claiming that it's easy, but I'm giving you the blueprint. I'm giving you the step-by-step booklet, the language. What I love about Creole is that a word is what it means. It says what it is, the sound, the meaning, the vibration, even the etymology. It means what it means. But English, there's synonyms, antonyms, there's this, there's that. There's 5 words that sound exactly the same but mean 5 different fucking things. There's words that have nothing to do with each other but mean the same thing. There are words that are just backwards. There are words that have no meaning, no frequency, as I've stated. So we gotta throw English away. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna have to do what Haiti did and sit down and be like, yo, we're creating a whole language from scratch. And ironically enough, that's exactly what did it, you know? People think, oh yeah, all of this other shit happened in Haiti, but it was the language. By tweaking the language, right? That's how beautiful and powerful and intelligent my people were in that era, in that timeline. They tweaked the language. So me and you, we right here, we're talking about escaping. We're talking about killing the slave master, and the slave master standing right there. You know how people get pissed, right? You know how people get really pissed when you like talking another language right next to them? That's disrespectful. Why are you talking a whole other language? It shouldn't offend you, but I get it. It's awkward because it's like, motherfucker, you could be plotting my demise. You could be plotting my assassination right next to me. And that's how Creole came to be. So we gotta change the language. Because it's 2 things that will do. It'll change the frequency. It will release us from this mental bondage, because the language itself, it traps us in a paradigm where we cannot grow, we cannot excel. We cannot progress. So it was designed to do that very thing. English is a bullshit language. I never understood what she meant, but when I was a little boy, my aunt always was mad because she was the first one to come back and forth from Haiti to New York, Miami. She had this little business, and she used to be like, English is the most stupid language ever. And I never thought what she meant. I just thought she just didn't like English because she spoke so many other languages. She would always complain about English, but now I know what she meant. English is a language that has no fucking meaning. It has no vibrational power. It holds no weight, right? So we're gonna have to really talk about what we're going to speak in order to get ourselves out of this paradigm. If we're shifting, we can't just stay here and sit here and shift. A few years ago, around 2010, 2011, 2012, there were all these niggas on YouTube talking about, yeah, niggas are gonna be upgraded. We're gonna become superhuman. We're gonna have powers. I'm not gonna name names, but that shit was comical. I'm like, what? Huh? I believe that. I know that. And I'm teaching you that. It's true, but the way they were going about it is that this is why black people, y'all motherfuckers are some lazy ass motherfuckers. And that's why they always saying black people don't read. If you want to keep a secret, hide it in a book. I've been reading my whole fucking life, so that means I'm not black. I read. I love reading. I was a little badass. Imagine having all these sisters, all these women, and you're the only male, and then you think you're the fucking king, and you do what the fuck ever you want. And many times I put myself in a lot of danger because I had no discipline, you know. My mother disciplined me, but she would throw a rock at me. My mother would take the chair because we used to hide the thing. My mother had this long thing. Iguaz, it's called iguaz. It's this like leather shit that they coil together and they put grease in it and they harden it like a slave. My mother used to beat me and my sisters like slaves. And that's another generational shit. See that? So, you know, I say all that to say, you know, having no restraint, that's, you know, that's kind of dangerous, but I love what she used to do. And my dad did the same thing. When I got punished, they used to make me do work. They used to make me read. My dad used to, I had to read a book, one book per week. And I'm not talking about no little 10, 20, 30 page book. I would have to read a whole 300, 400, 500 page book within a week and write a book report about it. And I'm talking about a thorough book report. So we read, all people read. And what I say to people who think that everything should be about reading, there's a flip side. It's bullshit because a lot of the shit I know is not from books. A lot of the shit I know is from books. So there's people who think that everything comes from a book. A lot of lies comes from books. Remember, all the books written have been funded by the demons. A lot of lies. They'll give you one little, you know, truth, and then they'll just bullshit you with everything else. So, you know, you take the good and you leave the bad. That's it. But a lot of these niggas was talking about we was gonna have magical superpowers out of nowhere because it was turning 2012. So all you cats, yo, who was talking this shit, y'all had to go hiding because y'all made fools of yourselves. So I bring that up to say, the reason I'm bringing up is not to diss on those people who are saying that. They were right in a sense, but we are fucking lazy. And the point I was making is that we don't do the fucking work. Yeah, nigga, you want to have magical powers, but what are you willing to do for it? There's research, there's intense meditation, sound, light, vibration, mental power to be used in order to activate and accelerate and bring together your DNA to its full potential. Some say this junk DNA only goes up to 13%. And the 13% is the motherfuckers that could slam dunk a basketball from half court or throw a 80, 90-yard pass and shit, the bullshit, the nonsense. But I say, we can fly again. I could throw away this phone and I could talk to you from where you're at. I can chat with you from where you are. iPhone, remember? iPhone, that's a U phone. Steve Jobs know what he was doing, calling it an iPhone. Because everything in you comes from the earth. Everything in you, everything in the phone comes from the earth. You and the iPhone are one. How have I been able to communicate with you guys so far? Through this. And yesterday it was all out of whack. It kept stopping, it kept just bullshitting, like it didn't want to record the video. So we have to go back from whence we came. One of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite people in this world is Dr. Smalls, Professor Smalls, we called him back then. Dr. Smalls says, in order to achieve consciousness, true consciousness, right? Enlightening consciousness, you must go back into your African consciousness. And I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he says. For years and years now, Dr. Smalls has been saying this. In order to reclaim our birthright, we must return to our African consciousness. Only through African consciousness, we will liberate ourselves. Not back to Africa in the physical sense, but back to Africa where we emerged, where we literally created all of this. You don't have to go to Africa to be in Africa. Africa is you, Africa is me. Africa is us. Those who are remembering that this is who we are by our birthright. That's my Pan-Africanism. It's a mental exodus. It's not a physical exodus. It's a revolution of the mind. It's a revolution of the soul. It's a revolution of the spirit. That's where we're headed. You cannot pick up guns anymore and go fight this beast. A lot of people think, oh, we're going to have a revolution like we did in 1804. No, that revolution has to be different. The revolution cannot be fought on a physical plantation anymore. It's going to have to be fought on this plantation. This plantation. That's where the revolution has to be fought. So I laugh at these fucking Black Lives Matter devil worshipping idiots who are being programmed by the Luciferians and the Satanists, right? I keep saying this, BLM, Baal, Lucifer, and Moloch. I laugh at them because they think guns and protests and rioting and shooting cops, you don't stand a chance. You know what we did back then? In Jericho, Jericho, miraille la crase, Jericho, miraille la crase, n'après miracle, Jésus papa. The walls of Jericho fell by just the sound of our vibrations. We burned down fucking empires. We brought down walls by chanting. We chanted. Come, we're gonna chant down Babylon one more time. Remember that? Come, we're gonna chant down Babylon one more time. We chanted them down. Right? Vibration, sound, music. Reggae music. With music. Bob told you. Bob said it. Come, we're gonna chant down Babylon. With the music. That's why your music means nothing now. Absolutely nothing. In the 70s and 80s, you came with hip-hop, but look at what has happened to hip-hop. Overtaken by the beast. And when I say beast, I really mean the beast. SOS. The synagogue of Satan has taken over your music. and they gave you Cardi B, Bacardi I call her, or she calls herself. Your Nicki Minaj's of the world, your Gucci Manes, and these idiots infiltrated, perpetrated, stolen, hijacked. It's been taken from you. The one thing that you had has been taken from you, just like everything else is taken from you. And you sit back. And people wonder why I get mad, I get riled up, I get angry. All you peaceful niggas who say, oh yeah, you gotta be peaceful, man. You too angry. You an angry black man. I have black women telling me this shit. That's why I don't rock with any type of black women. Because some of these black women, they'll fucking appease you. You know what my ideal black woman is? My ideal black woman is the one that's running into the bedroom and opening the drawer and grabbing the fucking Glocks and machinery and say, baby, here. And she pulling that fucking shit from here. Ashe. And she said, baby, go get him. No time for appeasement. No time for appeasement. Don't get me wrong now, even though I'm saying that the revolution has to be fought mentally and spiritually, you're just balanced. Balance. We gotta go left, we're going left. We gotta go up, we're going up. We gotta go south, we're going south. Whichever way, you bend. You bend time. You bend water. You bend space. You bend whatever it is you can bend. For survival. The first law. Survive, my people. You gotta survive.
Thank you to the goddess this morning, this very early morning, who sent me that donation. Even though you said, sorry, it's not enough, it's not a lot. Thank you for that. It has motivated me, and it shows me that you appreciate what I'm doing. So thank you. And it means the world to me. I don't care how much it is. It's not the amount. It's the thought. It's the actual initiation. It's the actual initiative of sending that out to me, because that's your energy that you're returning to me for having given you my energy. And that's all it's about. We are connected. We are one. And I appreciate you. That will definitely keep me going. Thank you, goddess. Love.